All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to this. Wait a second. Let me quickly check here. How come not everywhere is visible? Okay. All right. So one more time, good evening, everyone. We are going to get started. This is the Agile Scrum track another day. And in fact, this is going to be the last day for Agile and Scrum track, and we will be transitioning immediately into business analysis. However, before we get started, I have a question. Anyone here attending for the first time? Ramani, is it your day one?
Yes, this is my day one.
Okay, Ramani, quickly, could you please introduce yourself, as in from where you are connecting, what is your education background, as well as if you have any sort of experience.
Yeah, I'm Ramani Devdalikar. I am connecting from Aurora, a suburb of Chicago, Illinois. I am an engineering graduate. I was working back in India till 2013 in manufacturing industry. Currently, I am not working.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing this.
Thank you.
So even just for your information, before I share this information with everyone, anyone else is here for attending for the first time? Okay, other than Ramani? Okay, I guess no one else. Okay, cool. So yeah, I don't see anyone else. So for the first timer, it may sound that while I share this information, all of you can type in the chat window, welcome Ramani. So before we get started, let me quickly share this as a disclaimer that whoever is attending as a day one, it may sound little not so much, digestible for you. However, we will put it in best in our power in a way that you should be able to consume today's session. However, be mindful that it may not sound so easy. However, our effort will be to make it so easy for you. Okay, this is only for the first timer. Okay, Smriti, is it your day one as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Smriti, could you please quickly introduce yourself? Who are you, from where you are connecting, and do you have any work experience earlier, and what is your education background, please?
Oh, hello, sir. My name is Smriti, and I'm connecting from Naperville, Illinois. I was working as an IT trainer some 12 years back. Later, after getting married, I quit my job. So now, as such, I don't have any IT experience.
Wow.
Now only I just got my EAD. So
Okay, cool. So I hope you got the information. However, you have worked as an IT trainer. Which track you used to teach?
I was teaching Java and .NET.
Okay, all right. So cool. So however, whatever we are teaching here, I expect that you will have the fair idea. However, even if you don't have, so you have heard the disclaimer, I guess, what I was sharing just before you entered the class. Yeah, did you? About that, this is the last day of Agile and Scrum. We would be transitioning immediately after today's topic into business analysis. So today's topic, it may sound not so easy for you, but still me and Prerna is going to be our co-trainer, will put our best effort to make it so simple and easy for all of you. So everyone, please type in the chat window, welcome Smriti as well. Smriti, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So let's get started. So everyone, so this question is to all the new joiners, that what do you think you have started this training? What is your one purpose behind it?
Job
Okay.
placement.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
job and job basically. I
Basically.
have one question about this training. So after we
Ramani,
complete with the
did you share your introduction as well? Is it your day one?
Yes, it's my day one, and I did share the
Okay, okay,
introduction.
okay, cool.
I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Like you mentioned, it is the last day of Agile and Scrum, right?
Mm-hmm.
So will we be able to attend it after we complete the business analysis?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So see, this is
Okay.
ongoing. These are ongoing classes. So we are, and in fact, everyone is privileged here to learn the Agile Scrum track, means business analysis in combination of Agile and Scrum. There is a reason behind it. We have brought this track together, and the moment one track gets over, we transition into the next, and the moment the another track gets over, we transition into the ruling track. So it is always ongoing in a way that you never feel like you're missing anything. And that's the reason it is always ongoing. Is it clear now?
Okay. Yes, thank you.
Yeah? Somebody, can you hear?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I'm not able to. There is some problem, looks like, at my end. Fine now. So I hope it is clear. It was yes. Thank you so much. Let's get started. So your one intention is to get placed. That's what I understood. And to get placed, it just not require your one thought to get placed, but it also require a deeper level of commitment. Commitment, it should not be like the job should appear the way you want, but whatever job appears, you really want to get placed, and you are abide by certain ground rules that you really want to attract the right job for you. And it should not be that you are waiting for the right job to appear for you. Otherwise, you will keep on waiting until you find the right person, okay, or a right recruiter. So why not to make any recruiting the right recruiting? And for that, you should be ready with your own certain willingness, and how to keep that willingness always constant. For that, we come up with some ground rules, what we call it as a code of honor. What do we call it as, everyone?
Code of honor.
Code of honor.
Right. Super. So I'm going to share that phone with you. I'll be sharing my screen. And once you see my screen, please let me know that you can see that. Okay. I hope I have put in. Okay. Can
Yeah.
you all see my screen, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the number one is showing up live. Why you need to practice this to show up live as a code of honor is that when you show up live, you remain on time, you remain punctual, and you remain highly committed. Why you need to be so? Because Agile is full of ceremonies. Full of what, everyone?
Ceremonies.
Ceremonies means what?
Meetings.
Meetings. That's all right. So we call it in Agile world a ceremony. So full of ceremonies, and those ceremonies, meetings demand you to practice this. So we are considering this training itself as a project, okay, where you need to practice these all things, okay, so that you develop this habit of showing up live. And there is one another universal law associated with this, which I have learned from one of my mentor, is that how you do anything is how you do everything. And this is applicable in any area of your life. So that's number one. Number two is when you are starting this journey under Guru School's first pillar, that is instructor-led free training. So here you automatically become student, okay? But we don't recommend you to be student, or we don't demand you to be student. We want you to be the full stack student. What does it mean? The full stack student who does all the assignment, does all the self-research activities, and repeat whatever they learn, okay? So once you do that, you automatically are eligible to become the full stack student. Just be mindful that you need to practice this all the time, that we expect from you. And while you are doing so, you are automatically heading in a result where you need to take the full responsibility of your own result, whether you attract success by following this all, or whether you attract failure by not following this all. It is automatically you are going to take the full responsibility. Why you need to take the full responsibility of success? Um, it is easy to take the full responsibility of success, but when it comes to failure, you know, the main reason is that you don't want to do something, some activities, and you end up attracting failure. The moment you will take the full responsibility of this, you will stand up to correct it. The moment you will correct it, this failure does not remain the failure, but it becomes the trail to the success. Okay, so that's the reason you need to take the full responsibility of all the outcome. Okay, so does it make sense to you, everyone?
Yes.
Thank you. The fourth one, to do so, it doesn't require means a mediocre mindset. It really require, a magical mindset. What we call it as a every single day you are developing yourself with learning mindset, more learnable, more you are learning, because Agile is full of soft skill and various meetings and some reality that you face the soft skills once you are becoming the part of this agility. So what exactly you need to have? It requires a complete positive mindset, because it is all about the frequent delivery every single week or every single sprint. Okay, and the more positive you will become, you will find yourself complaint free, and you will come with the solution further, not with the complaint. More complaint free you will find yourself, getting loaded with the gratitude mindset as well. However, to start inculcating such mindset, I have come up with the one idea to increase your receptivity the moment you start your day. And for that, I recommend one audio that I share with you, with everyone. Only when you ask for it, you get it. So there is another universal law, is that it is answer is always no until you ask. Okay, so always ask what you want and you will get it. So that's one thing, and I recommend you to listen to this audio when you start your day, especially when this is a 40 minutes long video, and it literally impacts your every single activity of your life towards positivity as an outcome. And this 40 minutes long video can be consumed just audio can be consumed just within 20 minutes when you put it in 2x mode and start listening to it. So this is a 30 days challenge. The moment you miss a day, restart from the scratch and go ahead until the 30th day, and you will see the outcome of it in your life itself. And when you use it, and then you remember to utilize this golden quadrant of learning, you will see that you are retaining most of the information what you are applying with your deep learning. So how to start into deep learning? There are four steps of learning, and that's the reason we call it as a golden quadrant of learning. Why this? What is the outcome of it? Outcome is that you retain the information for longer, and that's the reason it is called golden quadrant of learning. So golden quadrant of learning, it starts the moment you are starting any deep learning. Remember to start this learning with the declaration. That declaration doesn't happen alone, but declaration has to be with anchor. Then get into deep learning, and then draw whatever you have learned literally on a piece of paper. It is recommended to draw the notes, okay, not the typed notes, but the drawn notes. And the more you draw within 24 hours and summarize it, summarize it in less than 90 seconds of a video in a way that even a 5 years old can understand, you are retaining this memory forever with you. Okay, and you can present it very, very easy. So always follow this golden quadrant of learning. But we are heading now into the deep learning. We are going to follow this exact framework right now. So are you all ready with this? Are you ready to declare now? Yeah, so how we are going to declare? So before we get into the declaration, let me quickly give you the information, because few of you are new, wondering what is this. Okay, this may sound childish for you, however there is a deep science behind it. So imagine a ship standing on a harbor without any anchor. Within 24 hours, if there is no anchor, it will not let it stand tall on the harbor, but there are chances that in the water it may it may wander here and there. Your focus is just like that ship, okay, standing in the ocean of thoughts, okay? And if you don't put any anchor, it will tend to, get lost or wander here and there. Just to make that focus stand tall, we come up with the anchor. Anchor is nothing but your body movement while you will say something. And that's the reason we ask you to say something before we start together. That is the declaration. So everyone ready for this declaration? How we are going to put the anchor? Anchor is at the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, we are going to give self high five, or at the count of 3, you are going to clap with me and repeat after me what is selected in blue on your screen. Everyone can you see that on your screen?
Yes.
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 Okay, thank you. So I'm going to start and you are going to repeat after it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, clap and repeat after me. I'm a quick learner.
I'm
a quick learner.
What others can learn and master,
What others
can learn and
and master,
I too can do that.
I too
can
can
do that.
One more time with important anchor. 1, 2, 3 and clap and repeat. Because I'm an awesome learner,
Because I'm an
awesome learner.
today's learning is going to be
Today's
Learning is going to be
super duper easy to me.
super duper easy to me.
Yes, it is going to be, because just now you said, and remember that ship will remain ship just in the ocean of thought until put the anchor. So if you have not put the anchor, if you did not feel comfortable, you can still unmute yourself and repeat this until it is visible on your screen with the anchor. This is highly important. Otherwise, you may say at the end that you did not understand, because only if you have not put the anchor with this statement. Sixth one, on because many of you, as you are appearing with 6 years, 26 years, or 14 years, or 11 years of experience, some of you, it is quite not so easy that, digest some information which you already know in your own way, because agile is a methodology that keep on changing the way you approach the delivery of a software. Okay, and for that very reason, we demand you to be the giver. Give your ego away on the path of learning, and that keeps you more spiritually grounded on the path of growth. Means what? It keeps your happiness levels always high, so that you welcome any new learning so easy. And for that, only one thing requires to keep away, that is the ego that may say that I know this already, but the ever-changing methodology may appear in some organization differently, and still if you are driven by that, you won't be able to embrace the change of the organization and the way you embrace. Okay, I'm going to put you on mute. Okay, okay, thank you. So this is one thing that how you are going to do that, to embrace the change in the organization. Always keep ego away so that you continue to learn, and also you are learning so that you can start earning good. And in case you are already earning, I'm going to give a hack to how to speed up more earning in your life. So whenever you are going to start earning, or if you are starting the earning already, have an intent of charity, that is to give away at least 5% or 10% of your income to the causes where you believe in. That could be donating to old age home, or any orphanage, or to donate in temple, churches, or mosque, or any causes wherever you believe in. All right. And why you need to give away? Because when you give, you grow. When you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure you're not there just for survival, but to growth. Do this and you see the magic happening. So this is why I can tell that with so much confidence, because numbers of my students, they have been practicing, including me, and they see its result multiplying manifold. Okay, and while you are doing so, remember to appreciate what you do, what others do for you, and even what doesn't happen to you, remember this is preparing you for the next move. So another universal law with this says that what you appreciate appreciates you back. So everyone ready to follow this 6 code of honor until you get placed.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So this is for the this is the quick schedule for you for who has joined here for the first time. You need to take the screenshot of this from Sunday to Saturday, how you are supposed to get connected. Sunday is going to be your technical session at 9:30 p.m. EST. Monday,
Homework.
you need to do your assignment. Assignment could be the said assignment or unsaid assignment.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh, Said or unsaid assignment. So what is said and unsaid assignment? Said assignment, like we ask you, hey, you need to do this, and sometimes we don't ask you, but still you need to do that thing, and that is the summary of the session we want, where you will present within 90 seconds, less than 90 seconds. There is a reason behind it. We just don't ask you to do like that, because we want you to get placed and we want you to appear very confident in front of any interview. And for that, we want you to start preparing from day one. And the repetition is the mother of success. Who is that? Can you just hold your question for a moment so that we can take it later? Yeah, thank you. So uh, yeah, Monday said assignment and unsaid assignment that you need to do. Unsaid assignment is the summary of the work, summary of the learning, what you did one day before, that you need to summarize, presenting your notes. And Tuesday we again meet at 9:30 p.m. EST for the technical session, and you need to attend RRP session that is conducted by HR team and Devji. And why you need to repeat RRP session? Because the repetition makes your visibility more. It creates your credibility that exactly you need it, and that force gets applied towards your marketability. And that's the reason you need to repeat, even it sounds repetitive for you, the same and same information again. Here profile optimization, CV optimization happen again. Wednesday you are going to work in a way that technical session 9:30 p.m. EST, you are going to summarize if no assignment is given to you. Otherwise, some assignment is given to you, that is anyway you are going to do. Thursday, again, you need to repeat the RRP session. Friday, the topic you have learned, based on that, you do your own research, because you get yourself prepared for any certification, if in case you want to do, and repeat whatever you have learned, and do the assignment, what has been asked to do, and come up with the questions that you can get the answer in the session today. And Saturday, you can have the breather day. So let's get started in the deep learning. Yes, someone had some question. Just wait a second. Let me quickly check my speaker is working. Yeah. Now go ahead, Juhi, you had some question.
Yeah, hi everyone. My question is that I watched few videos. I am little confused with the 96 second video. Like every tech session, what I attend, based on that, I have to give a quick recall within 90 seconds. I have to record that, and I have to like upload in a group or something like that.
Yeah, in the WhatsApp group itself, where all the information is coming, that like I have posted for the Zoom link and all. So in the same
Mhm.
group of DS Scrum that you need to post.
Okay, after every tech session, right?
Yeah, every tech session. And
Okay.
don't just wait that someone will do, then you will do. No, it has supposed to get started with you only. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Okay. And what about, because I have completed like certain videos, like almost like 4 to 5 sessions I completed online by seeing the YouTube videos.
mhm,
So I memorize what I have learned a little bit. I
mhm,
even make notes for everything what I'm learning.
mhm.
And like for all this past video what I have attend, do I have to still make a video for that?
Yeah, always better,
Okay.
because see, there is a reason behind those videos, okay? And that's the reason you're supposed to. And it may sound that, you are posting the video, no one else. It's you who need job, okay? Not anyone
Exactly. Yeah, I
else.
really need a job. That's true.
Yeah. So that's the reason what we are asking, continue to do that. And just
Okay.
now you have received one link on your this thing WhatsApp. Make sure you have filled in that form. This form takes
I did.
around 6 seconds, not more than
Oh,
that. I have given the same form over here in the chat window. Make sure you have filled in that form. All right.
Yeah, I did it last time. So I
Okay.
have to do it?
Yeah. So this is for everyone, not just for Juhi. So Colin, is it your day one?
Yes, it's my day one.
Okay, Colin, welcome. So Colin, quickly, could you please introduce yourself, that who are you, from where you are connecting, what is your education background, and do you have any working experience?
Even I want to give my introduction.
Yeah, Juhi will take. So yes, Colin, go ahead.
Okay, so this is Colin Sadibayo, and I have an EST in business management. I have an MBA in accounting and finance, and I'm currently a finance analyst in Canada. Yeah, so I'm looking to transit to a business analyst.
Good. So you have any working experience, you said?
Not, I don't have a business analyst.
No, any working experience. I
Yeah, I have over 5 years.
Where you are working, in what field you are working?
What do you say?
In what field you are working, sir?
So retail is a retail company as an accountant.
As an accountant. Okay, thank you so much for sharing this. Everyone, please type in the chat window. Welcome, Colin. Thank you so much. Yes, Juhi, you can quickly introduce yourself. Otherwise, tomorrow we were supposed to get everyone's introduction. Yeah, Juhi, over to you.
Okay, my name is Juwaria Sultana Adil, but everyone call me Juhi because in US it's very hard for a few people to pronounce my name. And I did my bachelor's in nutrition and health science, dietetics, and I'm working as a nutritionist since past 6 years. I see women, infant, lactating mothers, pregnant mom, and children up to 5 years, 0 to 5 years. And I work on tube feeding and medical nutrition therapy. I give diet for weight loss, weight gain, and depend on any other diagnosis. And I am certified diabetes educator, and I have a certification in my breastfeeding license too. So yeah, and in September 2022, I took a class because I really wanted to change my field into IT, because I'm honestly kind of frustrated doing the same thing, like 9 to 5, seeing patients and talking to patient back to back, back to back. I decided to change my field into IT. So I decided to go into Scrum Master, and in September 2022, I took a class and I scored 100% in my Scrum Master certificate from Scrum Alliance, and I'm certified Scrum Master too. But honestly, after that certification, I never got a chance to practice, or I never got a chance to even look for junior intern jobs in Scrum Master. Because of that, I forgot each and everything. Honestly, I'm sorry.
No worries. Thank you so much for sharing this openly, Juhi. Everyone can type. Welcome, Juhi. I think it's your day 2 or day 1?
It's my day 1. Like if I'm talking, so it's day 1.
Okay. Thank you so much, Juhi, for sharing this. So I have very important answer. Pallavi, you there? So Pallavi, you can ask your question because this was very important.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
So what was your question you were trying to ask?
Okay, just a minute. I texted you. Hold on.
Yeah, sprint 0 or something you're asking?
Yeah, so the question was, what are typical product owner activities during sprint 0?
Okay, so it was objective questions, right? So, okay. So who can answer this question? What do you think? Who can answer? Okay, so let me quickly give you this answer. So this question comes from the students more or less. Okay, it doesn't go from the trainers. Okay, this kind of question doesn't come. That what is sprint 0? What sort of activity you are supposed to do? Understand that sprint. What do we mean by sprint?
The time
box.
time box.
Yeah, it's a time box. It's a interval of time. It's a time duration, right? And so what in this time frame we are supposed to do? What we call it as sprint. So what is the goal of one sprint? What should be the goal of sprint?
Discussing the requirement.
To finish the user stories.
What
Discussing the backlogs.
what is the outcome? What should be the outcome of
Yeah.
the sprint?
If we have to deliver the working
And no overlaps between
Okay.
the sprint.
So
Working software.
we have touched last time a topic which we call it as a DOD. Do you remember that?
Yes.
yeah.
What do we mean by DOD?
Definition of done.
Definition of done.
Yeah. So it means that at the end of the sprint time duration, and there are multiple sprint that covers the entire project. If entire project demands 15 module of one software, okay, 15 different module of one software. What do we mean by this? It means that, say for example, there is a big project of a banking domain. That banking project demands to deliver in every single time interval gradually to deliver various modules like cash deposit, cash withdrawal, customer adding customer, or viewing balance, or opening account, opening fixed deposit account, opening saving account, opening current account, and whatnot. Okay, these are the small broken modules. Okay, and every sprint demands some module to be delivered after marking it as what? As done. Marking it as what?
Done.
Done. Exactly. So the goal of one sprint is done. But in the market, we also hear, because it comes from more or less interviewers, okay, what do we mean by sprint zero? Because in sprint zero, actually in sprint zero, what do? You prepare the stuff, okay? You prepare the documentation, you make sure that you have certain resources, okay? However, this question was come from student. That's the reason, as a responsible person, I'm answering this. However, just now what I said, the goal of sprint is what?
To deliver the work done.
Deliver the
Work done.
work.
Done. But in sprint zero, are we doing that?
No.
So
No.
if the sprint's goal is that, should we call sprint zero as a sprint?
no.
No, we shouldn't.
Sprint zero
Okay.
is not like in Scrum, it's called the kickoff.
Yeah, it could be kickoff, but it is never called sprint zero. However, you will find this terminology to be heard every single where, and generally in the interviews only. Okay. And just because someone asked last time, what do we do in sprint zero? And that's when I gave this explanation. So Pallavi, did you get your answer?
Yeah, so that means the answer what they said is right.
Yeah,
So
that
there
was
is no
right. In
such-
fact,
okay.
yeah, that was right. But in what interviewer wants, you are
Yeah.
never sure. Okay.
Mhm.
So if you don't give a sprint zero, you don't talk about sprint zero. But before you are talking, and if it is conversation, always give this clarity to the
Okay.
interviewer. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
thank you, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. So is it clear to everyone? What
Yes.
do we mean by
Yes.
sprint zero? Whenever
Yeah.
such question comes up, how to handle that? Okay, so today's day is very, very important, and we are going to get started what we call it as estimation and planning. Okay, because when we are starting, of course, we need to start a project with the estimation. We need to have the time required to finish any project. Okay, time required to finish any project and any module, and we need to discuss that. All right.
Yeah.
So let's get started with that. And we are going to look at it very gradually. Okay. So what you see is a type of, deliverables. So what we exactly do, if it is a year-long project, we come up with a vision. Okay. We come up with the vision of the project. Okay. We write one-liner, two-liner, or multiple small vision in 1 year, what we are going to achieve. Okay. We define the roles and personas of every single person who are going to contribute in the project. Okay. And that is the time when we also write a statement of work, which we also refer to as SOW. What we refer to as?
SOW.
Exactly. So in the SOW, we create a document that summarizes the complete vision of the project, and we share that with the customer as well. Okay. And sometimes customer also share back this statement of work with us. Okay. So what happens exactly? We further break it down into the small requirement where we develop the actual epic and features, because that vision is further broken down in the smaller features and smaller goals. Okay. And when the smaller goals appear, we can define a quarter. I'm just giving yearly, quarterly are just example. Okay. So we develop one roadmap. In roadmap, we define what all the deliverables has to be expected. Okay. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. And these features epics further broken down into what? User story. Into what, everyone?
User story.
User
User
stories.
story. So more the crisper requirement, more clarity comes up and more easy to deliver them. And there you define the releases, that how much frequent releases you want to roll on monthly basis. Okay. Is it clear to everyone? Release, where release dates are finalized, that on this date the release will happen. However, what I'm going to share with you, it's very, very important, and that we are going to share about the environment. Okay. As various environments that are available in the for related to deliverable in some coming days. So till then, just hang on. So these are different type of environment we are going to talk very, very soon. However, those environment expect the releases. When I talk about environment, so let me quickly summarize in this way. So when developer codes of any requirement on his local machine, that is called as what? Which environment? Any answer?
Development, dev environment, developers environment.
So
Yeah.
I said when he does in his local machine, what environment it would be?
Internal.
It's a
Internal.
local environment.
Yeah.
It's a local machine, local environment. But when he places this entire development at one single place, from where all the developers can access his piece of work or each other's piece of work, that environment is called as what? Just now you said that.
Development.
Exactly, that's right. That is dev
Development.
environment, that's development environment. Once development environment has been readily tested well, it has been unit tested. Unit test means what? Your own work is tested by your own self. You here is referred as developer. So when developer does their first round of testing by themselves, that their work is doing well or not, that is called as unit testing. And when they want their work to be tested by tester, they move from development environment to which environment?
Testing environment.
Test environment. That's absolutely right. But in the test environment also, tester test various different testing. Okay. Sometimes they choose one small component of the developed feature, and they test it, and that's the reason that is called as what testing? Do you know?
Unit testing.
No, unit testing is always done by developer.
Integration testing.
No, they are testing just a small.
UAT.
Now listen, they are just testing small component of the project, or small component of the a feature. That's the reason it is called as component testing. What it is called as?
Component testing. Component testing.
And when these components are integrated well together with each other, that is the time when it is called as what?
Integration.
Integration testing. And when all the pieces are integrated well and the entire system is ready and they are redoing the another testing, that is the time as a whole system when they are working upon, testing upon, this is called as
System testing.
system testing. That's right. But this system testing is also supposed to be done by customers tester sitting at customer location. So this is also known as not only just system testing, but also system integration testing. We call it as a SIT. What we call it? Call it as
SIT.
System integration testing.
System integration testing. Now, once system integration testing is given a green by both the party, from customer as well as you, okay, as a vendor. So it moves into a phase where user and business users supposed to test it at client location, the entire system, where user has to accept that entire testing work. So that is time. It is called as what?
UAT testing.
Exactly.
User acceptance
testing.
testing.
That is UAT. Okay. And once UAT is done, but remember, before they roll into UAT and the SIT is done, in between, it is not in between, sorry, my bad. So after UAT, what happens? It has to be rolled on to the live environment. Where it has to be rolled on? To the live environment. Live environment, right? And this is also called as the production environment. What it is called as?
Production
Production
environment.
environment. What happens if some defects are found during the production environment? So before production, there is one environment which we call it as a pre-production environment. It is the exact replica of the live environment. Okay, what do we call it as live environment? Can you give me any example of live environment? Anyone? Live environment. Can you tell me one software that you keep on using?
Facebook.
Zoom meeting.
Amazon. Let's take example. Amazon.com. Amazon.com is live environment. Okay. But what if tomorrow Amazon encounters any defects? Okay. Where it can be fixed. Okay. First, it has to be tested in the pre-prod environment. In what environment?
Pre-production.
Yeah, it is
Pre-production
also
environment.
called as pre-production environment. Okay, so we make sure that there is a replica always available of that. Okay, before we get into these environments, we will be talking about these environments later. However, let's come back and understand the release dates are clear before we are after we have defined the roadmap. But these releases will have the multiple tests. Okay, which we call it as an iteration. So on weekly basis. So in weekly basis, say for example, your sprint is of a week. Okay, 1 week. So in 1 week, say for example, you developed one software on day 1. Okay, it is well tested and all, but while testing, you found someone or BA or tester have found, or developer himself or dev manager himself have found one defect or bug. They can't deliver the same thing because it has got error, right? So they will produce the another iteration with the fixed bug. Okay, and then they give back to the testing team so that they can certify it of being bug free. Okay, so the repetition is supposed to happen, which we call it as iteration. But these all entire thing on a daily basis we need to discuss in all the with all the activities, what we call it as a daily stand-up. What we call it as
Daily stand-up.
Daily
and what do
stand-up.
we discuss in this daily stand-up?
What we did and what we're gonna do today. What has to be
Are there
done.
any impediments?
And impediments. That's all right. So understood, what considering 1 year long project, what should be the frequency and whatever frequency what we are going to do. Then comes we plan. What we plan? We plan vision, roadmap, release, iteration, and daily stand-up. Acceptance will be of the persona, of the roles of people, statement of the work, features or epics, user story, task and activities. So your one project is broken down in a way that at the end, action items has to be talked every single day. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
But to talk about these all things, we do one meeting, the very first meeting, what do we call it as?
Sprint planning.
Stand-up.
Exactly, that's right. Sprint planning meeting. And a sprint planning meeting, you come together as a worker. 2 of you are, say, for example, developer, 2 of you are a business analyst, 2 of you are a tester, 2 of you are an architect, and a product owner describes what to be achieved first. This the outcome we are expecting as one feature development. Tell me how much time you are going to take, and this is called as estimation. So in estimation, there are the various way of estimation technique. One is T-shirt technique. T-shirt technique means what? Means you identify some features. Either they are small, medium, or large. Okay, you discuss. You give it a user story point. Okay, user story points are to decide the complexity of it. Okay, complexity means how complex one feature is. So you give it a number in a Fibonacci series. Who knows here what is Fibonacci series?
I know.
Okay, anyone else who don't? Okay, so who said you know?
Pallavi.
Pallavi. Okay, anyone else other than Pallavi? You know Fibonacci series? Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so can someone tell me, Pallavi, can you tell me that what is Fibonacci series? How does it?
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah.
So it is 0 plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
So 0, 1. Then
Mm-hmm.
0 plus 1 is 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then 1 and 1 is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then 1 and 2 is 3. Then 2
Yeah.
plus 3 is 5. So it goes that way. You
That way.
just keep
So,
on adding the next number.
yes, so it's always the sum of preceding number. Okay, when it starts with 0 and then 1, it will continue to add up with the previous two addition. Okay, and that's the reason it would be 0, 1, 1, 2, and then 3, and then 5, and so on. Okay, and where you also discuss about your how much you can contribute or one project can take. Now let's move further in the detailed manner. Okay, and see here. There are 5 levels of agile planning. When you are deciding the product vision, you discuss these things: what to be done and who will do, why it has to be done, when it has to be done. You define the constraint, means what is limitation, and you define the assumption. That we call it as scope. What we call it as?
Scope.
Scope of the project, where you know the constraint and assumption. That is called as scope. Okay, for product roadmap, you are very much clear with the release dates, theme, feature or set to be rolled out, objective, and development approach, means what development approach you are taking. Release planning, where you are very much aware of how much iteration you want to be rolled out in one release. What is going to be your team capacity, what all the user stories you are going to work upon, priority is decided, the size of those user story is well evaluated. You understand the estimation, how much hours it is going to take, and definition of done means acceptance criteria is clear. And then comes with iteration planning. User stories are well defined in a way that along with this user story, acceptance criteria is also written, and tasks are distributed for every single user story to every single person. And what kind of effort, means what is the estimated time you're going to give, that is also attached to those user story, and commitment is so visible. And again, daily planning meeting only talks about these 3 things. Anyone can quickly read these 3 things?
Yeah, what did I do yesterday? What will I do today? And what is blocking me?
Okay, cool. So this is what we discussed in a nutshell. Okay, so let's understand one by one these things. So there is a way you write a vision. So what is the way? We will look at it in detail. Prerna, you there? Can you take this slide, please? I'll take my water break meanwhile. Prerna, are you there? You are speaking on mute. Okay, your audio, your mic is not connected, Prerna. So if your mic is not connected, you won't be able to hear me out. So let me quickly drop you message. Just a second. All right, while Prerna is coming back, let me go ahead with this. All right. So can someone read the very first bullet for me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please
The
go ahead.
simplest way to capture your vision is to use the elevator pitch format from Geoffrey Moore template from Crossing the Chasm.
Yeah. So how do we define a vision? By the way, everyone remember that I don't expect the first timers to just understand these entire thing today. Okay. So you don't need to. Why you don't need to? Because when you will know everything about the agile and scrum, this will become very easy for you to digest. And in fact, if you can find it so much easy already that what we are making sharing something with you, it is making some sense, it is always good to know about it. All right. So are you feeling good, means comfortable right now, everyone, especially the first timers? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. So yes, just now, thank you so much for reading this out, first of all. And yes, this template is Geoffrey Moore's template from Crossing the Chasm book. And he says that any vision can be defined in a simple elevator pitch. So what is the elevator pitch? Read it, very important. So it says that you need to define your target customer first, okay? And you'll write it down, because ultimately what you are developing, give me this answer, what you are developing?
Software.
Software you are developing. Software is a kind of a product, right?
Yeah.
So when you are developing a product, you need to be very much clear what outcome it is giving. So let's understand its vision. So vision can be written like this: for target customer who, and the statement of the need or opportunity, statement of the need, and then name the product and product category, that its key benefit and compelling reason to buy. Unlike primary competitive alternative and our product, statement of primary differentiation. So what we are going to do is that we are going to talk about one product. Say for example, we are going to talk about noodles. Okay, just one example, the simplest way. So who will eat that? What fascinates, I mean, who are mostly fascinated by noodles? Kids. Okay, so for kids up to 17 years, okay, or kids up to 14 years, say for example, statement of need or opportunity, who wants to enjoy the noodles in the shape they want to. Okay, so noodle shape they want to change, because noodles come in a curly shape all the time. Okay, so and it should test well as well. The product, name this product. Okay, so name of the product, say for example, I'm giving the name own shape noodle. Okay, as a new brand now. So for kids up to 14 years who want to enjoy the taste and shape, the product name is own shape noodles, is a product, is a part of noodles. Its key benefit is the shape. You can consume this product in any shape you want to. When I talk about any shape, it means that you can decide in what shape you want to eat that. Okay, otherwise, generally, compelling reason to buy is a unique, taste and shape. Unlike Maggie, our product is not just only into one shape where it always needs to get rolled in the fork and then only it has to be swallowed. Okay, so you can simply change its shape so that it becomes more interactive eating. Okay, and you can eat that food in a very playful manner. Okay, so here statement of primary definition you have already given over here, that I just now talked about this product in more in detail, how it is differentiating from the unlike the primary competitive alternative was what? Can you tell me one noodle which is taking all the market from the world? Maggie. Yeah, so I named that product as well, where I compared this. I I came up, I just made it up, right, for you to make it more simple. But did you see that how actually I chose the same elevator pitch to write vision for the new product, which is called as own shape doodle? Yeah.
Yes.
Did
Yeah.
you see that? So this is how you can create vision for any software. Okay, for any software launch, for any product. So that is time customer already give their outcome. You need to just frame it in this elevator pitch manner. So this is one thing. Second is this. So Prerna, once you are back, you can just let me know.
Hey, hi Gaurav. I'm actually back. I'm trying to connect from my phone as well. Will you please add me because I cannot see myself in the waiting room?
Oh, really?
Yes.
When I don't see you, yeah, I see you now.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you. I'm just going on mute from my laptop. Give me a second.
So can you take from roadmap, please? And I'll immediately pitch in between.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 second. Please take your water break. It's been long you've been speaking, and I'll just continue from here.
Yeah, please.
So as the roadmap looks like,
You want me to screen
can you
share?
guys tell? If you want, or I can continue with this. Are you okay?
Okay, fine. No.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So guys, tell me, while traveling or while going to any destination, rather while exploring any new place or any specific location, do you use Google Maps?
Yes. All the time.
Okay. Right, all the time, right? And why do you use it?
So that we don't worry.
Yeah, one person at a time. Easy arrangement, okay. And
We don't have to wait.
reach to the right destination.
okay, so basically to reach to the right destination or to reach to the desired location, right, in the best possible manner or in the best time or by avoiding traffic or whatnot, right? Basically to reach your goal or your destination, if I have to put into layman words, okay? So imagine the same concept is being used in business to reach to your goals. Now here, can you see this roadmap? Like it's a proper road image we have inculcated. And then there are these stops or stoppages, or I would say smaller goals. Okay. So let me just do one thing. First, there are 3 sentences. So I want 3 different people to read out the 3 sentences, and then I'll go ahead with the explanation again. Go ahead, please.
With the vision published and accepted by all, the roadmap will serve as the next building block to ensure alignment to the original vision.
Perfect. Next line, please.
This roadmap is meant to be used as a tool to organize high-level pieces of the product.
These can thank you.
And or what is that?
Architectural
Components that must be understood in terms of their value and dependencies.
Okay, thank you so much. So see, basically what they're trying to tell is that a roadmap gives you an idea or serves as a next building block, next building block as in the next path that you have to achieve or you have to go in order to reach your vision or destination. Gaurav has given a very fantastic and in detailed explanation about vision. So here the bottom line is like, for example, I'll give a very simple example which I generally tend to repeat because it's very relatable. If you have your final exams coming in June per se, okay, if you have your final exam, imagine you were in college or school, whichever days you like the most, and you have your final exams coming in, then by backtracking the exam dates, you prepare the timetable for your studies, right? Everybody must have, yes or no?
Yeah.
So imagine you now, when you have roughly say 1.5 months, you would prepare at least a week by week schedule for per subject, just hypothetical, okay? And your goal used to be that by each week I should finish this subject. So what are those? Those were small goals on the roadmap of yours to get to the final exam and give your best attempt, right? So
Right.
how would you feel if you couldn't complete a particular subject in that week, or if you could not finish the syllabus, right? What used to happen? Can you just tell me what used to happen? If, for example, you wanted to complete maths in 1 week, but you couldn't and you required 2 more days for maths, then how would you manage that? And how did you manage that?
Add to the
Very
next.
simple question. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me go ahead with what I used to do. So what I used to do as a student, if I see there is a spill of that earlier schedule and there are 2 additional days required, then I would club those days with some easier subject. For example, say civics, or maybe for me languages were easier. So any particular language, say Sanskrit or Marathi or English, and I used to give little lesser days to those subjects and more days to maths, and compensate that, ensuring my roadmap or my I would say planning does not get affected. So before the final exams, I'm done with all the subjects, right? This is what we do, right? Adjustments, or just stretching a little bit. Instead of say 8 hours, I'll stretch my study schedule for 10 hours, or maybe I'll skip some of the chapters during, honestly, school days. We didn't. In college it was more of that, but we make some tweaks and turns to ensure that we reach the goal as per the roadmap. And why do we do that? We have mentioned that it is basically a tool to organize high level pieces of product. So here the product is your final exam. In organization, the product is maybe completing a project, completing an application, delivering a website, anything. You're in IT, so I'm giving IT related, we are studying about IT. So IT related examples I'm trying to give. So if you're working on a website like Amazon or Facebook or Gmail, so the I would say work amount or the capacity is very high. You have to complete so many things, so you'll have those many roadmaps. Okay, I'll finish this section first, I'll finish women's section, I'll finish men's section, I'll finish kids section, I'll finish accessories section. So that is what it is. You're breaking down the bigger project into smaller chunks, like as you can see those stoppage signs, and then, or the location signs, and then you achieve them. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, and last but not the least, you have to understand the dependencies and the values that each other have. Like in earlier example of studies, apparently maths was not so dependent on languages and vice versa, right? But in any project, in IT project, it generally happens so that you have to complete like for example, if you do not prepare the design of a website, like like how you look at Amazon, the left side there is a menu or filter, right side upward there is search button, then you can see your details, your account details, right? If you don't prepare all that, or in raw man language we call it as a skeleton, in proper IT definition we call it a UI framework, that is a user interface framework. How does it look like, right? So that has to be prepared, and once that is prepared, then you start putting all the products, all the pictures, all the I would say product details into that. But do you see the dependency? Unless I am done and freeze and complete with the design, I will not be able to deliver that or go ahead with the other features. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes? Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. I think we can go to the next slide, Gaurav, please.
So, so Prerna,
Yeah.
who is
Yeah, yeah.
responsible to make the roadmap?
Okay. Pretty good and practical question. See the road, but there is a very important answer to this. In IT or in any project, generally apart from few tasks like managing the product backlog, items, things that is handled by product owner, these tasks are always collaborative. So you can always put a name on it, maybe like a scrum master or a product owner, but then it is a collaborative activity. It's generally prepared by all the BAs along with the help of scrum master and product owner. And that too, why so? Okay. because we always iterate or reiterate that product owner has the highest visibility from all the stakeholders, from customers, and from internal senior management or for internal teams. So they know what customer is looking for and what by when they want the delivery. Whereas Scrum Master and BAs or internal development team knows exactly what is happening within the team. Right.
Okay.
So this decision or this roadmap is prepared along with everyone. Along with this, there are teams who are along with these, there are teams dedicated for research and development. Like, you get all these emailers of surveys, like, which shampoo do you use, or which soap you like, or whenever you go to supermarkets, they hand over some pamphlets to you asking to fill the form and give them return. So what they are doing, they're doing all the market research. By the way, there's an entire different concept of market research, wherein companies do all the research required for the organization. So it's a combined effort of all these departments, because see, when we talk about a roadmap, it's generally for a project, for an application, for a client, or for a company's betterment and growth. So the level differs, right? Like, for example, you can prepare for first standard, you can prepare for primary, you can prepare for secondary, you can prepare for your masters. Yeah, right. So the intensity and the seriousness and the gravity of the study of the research changes. So depending on if your project is smaller, maybe you might not need the research team. But then if you're taking an organizational level decision, then you would require your advertisement teams input, your marketing teams input, depending on how active you are or how well organized you want to come up with the roadmap. But generally, it's a team effort. Does this answer your question, Ashi?
But in nutshell, product owner is responsible. Product owner or product manager.
Yeah, if you have to put a name to it as a owner, then that's a product owner because he's of the highest authority. But if you want to create it, it's a joint effort. Yeah, thank you, girl.
Sure.
Any more doubts?
No, thank you.
Welcome, Michael. Welcome. Thanks so much. Yeah, Gaurav, next, please, next slide, please. Yeah, this is one of my favorites because I come from the development background. So I always funnily say that there is one line or one typical question that is very common in medical and in IT. That is that when is the delivery or when is the due date? Okay, so because in IT also yeah, Nikita.
So release, why it is such a stressful process? Like I've seen in my family or in my friend circle, when there's a release, they're always stressed. No, I have a release, I can't come. I have a release and this. And I've never understood this.
Okay, very logical and very practical question. Okay, so for example, if there is a delivery of a particular pregnant woman, how would the family feel?
Pressure.
Yeah, that's why I give this. But then honestly, if you plan well and if your customer is mature enough or if you have prepared enough, it can be less stressful. But still, I'll be very practical and honest. Generally, releases are a little catchy. Like, I like to use this word catchy because see what happens. Maybe you might have experienced this whenever you have a presentation or you had a presentation during your school or college days, or maybe now your kids or your niece and nephew's presentation. There are fair amount of chances the presenter won't work, the slides won't work, or there might be some power cut off, there might be something wrong with your health, butterflies in your tummies or something, right? And we do not have a scientific answer for that. Same thing if you're doing along with your friends while practicing, giving demo sessions, mock sessions, everything goes fine. This is just a weird but realistic way it happens at times. But then coming back to your original question, see, a release means that you have worked hard so much for that project. If you could see the release management cycle, can different people just read out the one line item that is mentioned here is
Instead of
the
writing
circles.
Instead of
No, the earlier one, the circle one. Yeah.
managing,
Planning,
Perfect. Second, planning. Yeah.
Scheduling,
Third, scheduling. Perfect. Fourth,
controlling,
yeah.
testing,
testing,
Yes.
deployment.
Deployment. Honestly, they are kind of missing the development, but maybe development they have put into controlling word. See, basically, it's like serving a very complicated or very lengthy time consuming dish, like if you want to make something that is very time consuming, like for example per se a particular biryani or any authentic dish that you have prepared, how much effort goes into it, starting
Mm-hmm.
from collecting the raw material, ensuring every spices are right. I'm just giving some easy to relate examples so they remain in your memory for a longer time, right? So so imagine the effort that goes into it, and ultimate test is when you serve that to your guest or your spouse or your family, right? So till the
Mm-hmm.
serving, until they test it, you are kind of hanging in there. How is it? Is the salt fine? Is it too spicy for you? Is it? But the amount of efforts that you have, same way for a development cycle. See, you first of all manage your customer, your team, you ensure everybody is there. We have the timeline. You prepare plan accordingly. That okay, for 3 weeks we will complete this much. For 2 months we'll work on this. Then you execute that plan, that's scheduling. Then you control, as in you start developing everything. After development, you ensure that testing team has tested, so that the website doesn't stop, or there is no 404 error, or there is no any kind of bugs in the system. And then you deploy means whatever development you have done in your organization, you ensure that it is posted on a server and the customer can use it. Like this is a very important step, that's why I'm explaining. Whatever development we do earlier, it's at the organization level, like it's on your computer, your colleague's
Yeah.
computer, development team's computer, and then on the organizational, your office's server, for example, just for simplicity. And that again you have to host on a different server where a customer can
Yeah.
access, and that will be for a permanent time, like we buy those host
Yeah,
servers and stuff,
exactly.
right?
Mm.
So all these processes are little tricky. They are simple, they are I would say step by step, but you never know what might go wrong.
Yeah,
Sometimes the network bandwidth, sometimes the internet, once Google was down for a few minutes, it was such a big havoc, right? When Facebook was
exactly.
down overnight, it just costed so much to Mark Zuckerberg. So there are things like that, because entire world is connected, like for example, hospital management system, research management system, military system, aeronautical system. So all that is very critical. So though we are not focusing on those domains as of now, just imagine whenever you have a release, and if things don't go as per plan, it's a lot of I would say it's in a way pain to see your team and yourself suffering, because all that work might have to be done again, or there has to be have rework. And imagine the amount of efforts you put in.
Yeah.
So coming back to
No.
your question, Nikita, when they say release, it's like the final exam or their oral exam or their presentation. So they have to be there. That's why you would always see your family and friends declining party or meeting invitations with the,
Exactly.
yeah, they do, because they have, see, it's like if they work for something for 4 months and they just can't skip the exam, right? They would have been happy if they could have come between the 4 months, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, Nikita, can you
Got
just
it.
read out this release detail, what is mentioned, please?
Yeah, instead of writing detailed requirements for the entire roadmap, this next level of planning only focuses on the upcoming release, which
Perfect.
corresponds to a quarter or or whatever
Whatever
dimension
dimension.
used in your roadmap. The goal of the release is to produce a backlog of work that is presented by a list of user stories that are estimated, prioritized, and ordered.
Thank you so much. So see, first part you understood, right? It generally represents a
Yeah.
quarter or whatever dimension or time interval that you have mentioned. And the second is the goal of this release is to produce a backlog of work that is represented by a list of user stories that are estimated, prioritize, and order.
Yeah.
Simply means that this goal has all the user stories that are prioritized, that are in order, and that are as per the requirement of the customer. Okay, don't fall into the jargons of word. Try to understand the meaning. When you understand the meaning, you can write or say in your own words. So what it says is, whatever release means is that all the activities which are prioritized, which are important for the customer, those are mentioned and we have to act accordingly. Make sense?
Yes.
Any doubts? Sahita, I could see your hand raised.
For this release, who all need to be attended, like Scrum team or
To be honest, everybody. See,
Everybody.
for release from organization, for company side, yes, entire team. From customer side, depend. It's such if it's a big release, it's a smaller sprint, but then their point of contacts are also there. And see, you don't have to be physically present for a customer. You know what we do? We just release something on the web and we just give them a link or a URL like amazon.com/home or /women clothing. Please access and test it. But for us, for agile or for a scrum team, generally everybody, your entire development team, ensuring everything is running fine, your testing team, scrum master, the poor fellow is always there to ensure, because it's a big event. It's a very big event as a delivery or as a release. So along with, even if your product owner, everybody is available, ensure there are no absenteeism on that day and they deliver it. Because in case there is some firefighting to be done, we need everybody who can work on.
Oh.
That is why people don't take leaves on release or around release.
So
That's
this will
the
be
fact.
like after all the sprints are done.
Every sprint has release, right?
Okay.
See, release is generally a particular day. It's like you just look at a calendar, you look at your schedule, you look for a decent day, and when you'll finish the work, preferably not close to weekend, because then we want people to be there in case if there is, so generally Mondays, or not even Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays are the decent days, because you have people to work on. You also deploy people on weekends if required, but generally as per practice, professional way, we avoid. Yeah. Yeah, Gaurav, we can move to next slide if anybody doesn't have any doubts.
Yeah, Prerna. So I'll take that.
You can.
Yeah.
No. You can give me also access, but that's fine. I don't know.
Yeah, you can stop at any time and you can start.
Yeah, I'll let you know. You can have your break for some time. Please continue. Please move to next.
Okay. So yeah, this is iteration.
Yes.
You want me to take this?
No, I'll continue. I'll let you know.
Yeah. No problem. So
see, now this is, thank you. Iteration. As the word suggests, iteration means you keep repeating what has been done earlier. It's like, honestly, your daily schedule is like an iteration of activities. Okay. So you wake up in the morning, you do your morning chores, brush your teeth or whatever, your morning coffee, then your newspaper, or maybe making breakfast, serving them and having that with your family, and then getting ready, going to office. So it's like this is the same activity you do on daily basis, right? Almost, unless you're going on a vacation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. So same way, when we talk about iteration in an professional setup, it simply means that all these activities related to release or related to implement development, those happen in iteration. And then with each iteration or with each cycle, see, you can see it's a circle, right? It's like a cycle. So with each cycle, you have to, like, for example, in the red iteration, you must have completed a sprint 1, for example, right? Then we can minimize and then we can go to the next iteration. So it's basically, if you could see, it's like story, then okay, it's like accept, development, test, plan, release. Okay, story, release, plan, test, development, accept, and then the last one is review. So it's basically the same circle over and over again that you have to complete. Make sense? So it's just like it's a set of activities that you do or in a particular sprint. You have to keep repeating to ensure that you complete the iteration and go to the next sprint. Right? So it's as simple as iteration means simply that it's an iterative process, which means that work is time box. Like we have a typical set of time, so you have to complete within that set of time, and you have to go ahead for the next task or next sprint. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, Gaurav, next slide, please. Yeah, now this is really important, and I think many of you are aware of about this as of now because we have been talking about it a lot. See, daily stand up, as the word suggests, you stand up daily. You have to have this meeting by standing up, and there are only 3 questions that are being asked in this stand up meeting. First of all, it's not a I would say conference room meeting where you have your chair, nice water and snacks, and you'll be there for good 1 hour. No, it should be maximum 15 minutes roughly. It's an unsaid rule because you're standing and it will be uncomfortable for you to stand such a long time. And there are 3 things or 3 questions those are asked. Okay, so here we have given the syntax, like as a user what activity I am doing or what business value I am adding, or as a who as a developer what I am doing and why I'm doing. These are the context, but don't get into that jargon. I'll give you 3 simple questions which I think recently someone answered. It's like, what did you work on yesterday, or what did you work in earlier 8 hours? What are you planning to work in the next 8 hours? And are there any impediments? Impediments means, are there any issues, any doubts, any problems that you're facing while working on it? Right? So these are the 3 simple questions. Now you may ask, why these 3 questions? These 3 questions are being asked to make sure that everybody knows. So the testing team knows what development team is working on, what are they delivering, what are they working on, and in case a development team has any doubts, when they talk about their impediments, they I would say architect or somebody senior in the team can say, hey, you're facing this issue, I'm aware of this issue, let's work it out. After this meeting we can catch up offline and I'll help you resolve it. So first of all, it's a very quick catch up and everybody knows what they're working on, and everybody is in sync with the current development or current work whichever is happening in the team. Simple, easy to follow. Any doubts?
No.
No, see, this is actually very easy and this is very practical. It's just like you're telling what I have worked upon. So what I've finished, everybody knows what you finished or what has been done. Everybody knows what you'll be working on in the next, so they will be ready. If you're developing something and you'll complete by EOD, the testing team will prepare test cases. The BAs will ensure that the BRD is proper, or in case there are any doubts, any changes, they'll come up. So it is basically to be in sync and to ensure that everybody knows what is happening around. Okay.
So
yeah,
I'll add
next slide,
something, Prerna, over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Gaurav, if you want to continue from this, please go ahead.
Yes. So everyone, please understand this. So we will talk in daily stand-up, but for what we will talk? We will talk about what user story you are working upon. Is that right? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So user story comes up with the action item given to you. So how to write user story? Every one of you who joined 2 sessions before have practiced that. Do you remember you have practiced that? How to write user story?
Yes.
I want you to
Yes.
take the screenshot of this and also make sure that you are now well prepared with the acceptance criteria. So acceptance criteria starts with given, when, then syntax. However, not every company follows this syntax to write acceptance criteria. They sometimes write as a checklist. But if you are matured enough, and nothing to do with the maturity even though, okay, but it's a good practice to write acceptance criteria like this. User story is for definition of readiness. Acceptance criteria is for definition of done. So say, for example, I'll take the same example. As a Fly Agile user, I can book a bronze economy flight so that I can avail 50% discount. Okay. Now, acceptance criteria would be what? Given initial context, given 50% discount when Fly Agile user books books what? Books this event, books bronze ticket.
Bronze.
Yeah, books bronze ticket. When he books bronze ticket, then the miles has to be within 1,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here you are just defining one criteria, that given 50% discount when the ticket is booked, then give a, yeah, when ticket is booked, then give bronze economic class or bronze business class. And then again, given 50% discount when bronze ticket is booked, then you know, then make sure the miles are under 1,000 kilometers. That is the second criteria written with the user story. I want you to attempt to write user stories. Okay. Sorry, attempt to write now acceptance criteria. I believe now you will have the user story, and this is for only those people who have been working since who have worked before 2 sessions. Okay. It is not for those who have joined today. Is it clear to everyone what you are going to work upon? So
Yes.
this is what you are going to do as acceptance criteria. Now, I need your permission to go more 5 minutes extra. Is that all right to everyone? If we can
Yes.
go more 5 minutes extra. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. So now understand, this is very, very important. This is called as estimation technique. Story sizing. First, you give story points to all the user stories. Okay, all the user story. How do you do that? So you see that here is the Fibonacci series. You give the complexity 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 20, 40, 100. Ideally, you would work in the organization, you will see that more or less up to 13 user story point, things are settled. Like one complex user story, if you are giving one, it means it can be finished within 1 hour. 2 months can be finished within 2 hours. But something which goes beyond 13 story point, it means that that has to be broken down further into the smaller story. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you will again break it down, again you will start from the scratch, from the start itself, and estimate that how much story point it is going to take. So story point is just to defining the complexity of one feature or one user story that you are working upon. So this is one way of giving the story point to a user story. Based on that, you can also use estimation technique of planning poker. Okay, what it is called as?
Planning poker.
Planning pokers are just like a cards. Okay, it's just like a deck. So what you do, so people with the same background, say for example, business analyst team is sitting, development team is sitting, and what do we call, architect team and your tester teams are sitting. Okay, and they have to talk about one user story from their point of view for their work, how long it is going to take. Okay, and for that, what they do, they define the complexity, they pull their card and they throw it in a one go. And there are some estimation tools, that is product owner who decide what tool he is going to use for playing the poker game. Okay, and say for example, there are 3 business analysts sitting, and he makes sure that with 3 the things which is with 8 user story, he is mentioning that it will take, this module is going to take around a day or half of the day to finish. And someone has given 3 hours, someone has given 5 hours, someone has given 8 hours. So what exactly happens, the means average of that is considered always as a defined hour or defined, timeline to finish the work about that user story. Is it clear to everyone? In the poker planning, multiple multiple estimation would come, but the average of that is identified as a consideration point. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
It's just
Yes,
like a playing the card game, and you just give your estimation. Okay, and the average is decided. Now there is another technique which we call it as a t-shirt sizing technique. What is t-shirt sizing technique? T-shirt sizing technique, you define how big one user story is. Okay, so user story could be extra small, small, medium, large, or extra large. Okay, so this is how you are going to decide what your user story look like, and you are going to give the story point based on these. Okay, whether it is extra large or large. Okay, so this is another estimate. There are various estimation techniques. Okay, but what we are going to use, that I'm going to tell you. Okay, in most of the company, what people do use, these are fancy, sometimes these are fancy term, we use everything, but at the end how estimation is given, I'm going to tell. Now learn about this dot voting technique. In dot voting technique, user stories are taken like this. Just give me a second. Yeah, so they pick every user story as a card. Okay, and based on the complexity, you put the dot in front of it. So experiment, like it is experiment, this user story, it requires 1 dot, you put the 1 dot. This requires 3 dot. These are just a method to define that how big one user story is. That you go, and if you are seeing that it will take 1 hour, 3 hour, 5 hours, 8 hours, so based on the Fibonacci number only, you are going to define S complexity, and that much dot you are just giving, and it is getting this decided over there that how long it is going to take. Okay, so this is kind of a pretty subjective. It is not going to immediately finalize. However, there is one important technique, what we call as Delphi method. So what is Delphi method or Delphi method? Any idea?
Yes.
What is that?
It's like a collective group decision making to come to a consensus or a conclusion.
Exactly, that's right. This is the experience-based. Experience-based means if you have worked in the multiple project, now you have developed the idea, such kind of activity, how long does it take? Okay, and you vocalize your effort. What do you think that how much time you are going to take while finalizing the requirement or getting down into the detail of this requirement, coming up with the user story definition, and coming up with the various drawing of this particular user story. How much time you would require to complete the analysis and design, which we also call it as A&D. What we call it as?
A&D.
A&D. Yeah. So analysis and design, right? So analysis and design, that you are going to define how much hour that is going to take, and you pitch that. So what is going to happen again? There, say for example, 2 business analysts, they will say 2 hours and 4 hours, and they will work on the average of it, and they will define that, okay, we will consider it as a 3 hours. Okay, but again, there is no technique you are using, but experience based, gut based estimation you are giving, because you have the experience in the past. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Any
Yes.
question around it? And the same, this method goes with developers. This same method will goes with tester, because they give the estimation based on their experience. That's right. Okay, and we call it as a Delphi method. So Delphi method beats all other. Okay, so you will find still in the agile methodology, people are using poker planning, story sizing, and everything. I have not yet seen t-shirt and dot voting yet, but in my 19 years of experience, however, rest I have seen. Okay, all right. Any question around here? Okay, I'll consider it as no. See, remember what we are going to do, because you have learned this technique, soon you are going to get one more assignment, but in coming days. However, I want you to come back tomorrow, that is on Tuesday, with your acceptance criteria ready using the given, when, then approach. Okay, is it clear? The given task, given assignment is clear to everyone apart from unseen assignment? Yeah.
Yes.
So cool. I heard last Nikita, and everyone stay here. At the end, I have one question. But Nikita, one quick word. What do you feel like saying about today's learning?
Yeah, it was good and easy to understand. Thank you.
Yeah, Nikita, please call out someone's name on the screen. You see,
Pallavi?
Pallavi. What do you feel like saying, Pallavi?
Yeah, easy to understand, sir.
Okay, easy to. Please call out someone's name.
Unnati?
Yeah, it's a very easy to understand session. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Unnati. Please call out someone's name.
Monica?
Monica, what do you feel like saying?
So, it's very informative and easy to understand, sir.
Informative you found. Thank you so much, Monica. Call out someone's name.
Ashi?
Ashi, what do you feel like saying?
It was very elaborative and very easy to understand. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashi. Please call out someone's name.
Sahita?
Sahita, what do you feel like saying?
It's good session, Gaurav. It's easy to understand.
Okay, thank you. Sahita, please call out someone's name.
Jalpa?
Jalpa. Yes, Jalpa. A few days, how do you feel like saying?
I learned a lot. It was good. Learned
Okay.
something new.
Thank you, Jalpa. Please call out someone's name.
Unnati?
Unnati just now done.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Jalpa, you can follow someone else.
Vimal?
Vimal. Yes, Vimal, you can speak.
Thank you. Session was really good, very informative and easy to understand. And yeah, as usual, very great examples. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Vimal, follow someone's name, please.
Sahista?
Sahita is.
I'm done. Shiva Shakti?
Okay. Thank you, Sahita. Shiva Shakti, please.
Hi, sir. It's very informative and easy to understand with great examples.
Thank you, Shiva Shakti. Please follow someone's name.
Monica?
Monica, what do you feel like saying? Monica is done.
I'm already done, sir.
Yeah, Monica is done. Monica, you can take someone else, please.
Tushar?
Tushar, yes, Tushar, what do you feel like?
Yes, it was easy to understand as usual. Thank you, Gaurav and Prerna.
Tushar, please continue.
And let me see, Collins. Colin?
Yeah, Colin, it's your day one. So what do you feel like saying? How did you find it? Colin, you can unmute. You might be speaking on mute. Colin, you there? One. Colin, two. Colin, three. Now I'll take name. Okay. So Pooja, before Pooja, it's Ritika. Ritika, one word. What do you feel like saying? Ritika.
As usual, very informative and easy to understand. Thank you,
Thank you,
Reena and
Ritika. Yeah, you feel it's informative. Thank you. Pooja, yes. What do you feel like?
So interesting and easy to understand. Thank you for nice examples.
Thanks, Pooja. You found it interesting. Ramani. Ramani, is your day one?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is my day one, and I find the technical terms explained and simplified. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramani. Please. Okay. So I'll go. Jennifer, what do you feel like saying?
I liked the fact that a lot of the terminology was explained and it was easy to understand.
Thank you, Jennifer. Harsh, what do you like saying?
Learned so many new things today.
Okay, thank you so much, Harsh. Okay, I'm taking names, so I keep on forgetting. Mamta, what do you feel like saying?
informative and easy to understand.
Informative, you found that too. Thank you so much.
Asi,
Ashi is done. Yeah. So let's hear from Preeti.
oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. Preeti, what do you think?
Learning new business jargons every day, and some of the examples were really great and easy to understand.
Okay, thank you so much. Smriti, it's your day one. Did you share it? What do you feel like saying?
Yeah, it's my day one. It was quite interesting and it was very simplified. So I was able to understand what you taught today.
Thank you so much, Smriti. We are glad that with day one you are able to understand. Thank you so much for sharing this. Desdemona, what do you feel like saying?
Thank you, Prerna and Gaurav. It was very interesting and easy to understand session.
Thank you, Desdemona. So, Harshita, what do you feel like saying?
Yeah, it was easy and interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, both of you.
Easy. Thank you so much, Harshita. Yes, Mahendra, what do you feel like saying?
Okay, thanks calling for my name, Gaurav and Prerna. You were good, informative, nice example. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mahendra. Colin, are you back by any chance? Okay. So Colin is not there, I guess. One more time, what I'm going to do is that I wanted to reiterate it. I want to reiterate that link has been given to you. In case you have not filled in, it is very, very important to fill that form because based on that, some activity happens that you might not be aware, but yeah. So because we make sure that you are participating, you are not missing any class based on your date of joining. We take it in the recording through that form. So anyways, what we are going to do next, you are coming back on Tuesday with the homework. However, now the things will be changing. You would be soon working in a group and you are going to witness that. But before that, some concept has to be clarified. And for that very reason, in the next session, we are getting transition into the business analysis concept. Okay. Having said so, Prerna, for closer remarks, you can just add up something if you feel like. Prerna, you there? Prerna is on mute too.
Yeah, Gaurav. Yeah, I was listening. I would say I really enjoyed today's session. Everybody's feedback, questions, and responses were amazing. So overall, a very satisfactory and superb session. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for giving me extra 5 minutes so that we can, wrap it up every single thing which was related to business analyst. Those who joined today, business analyst track is yet to get over for you. But for who joined from day one, it is over for you. But still, you are welcome to revisit them and stay here because some of the workshop you are getting into very, very soon. So thank you so much. So thank you, everyone. Good night. We are going to talk again on Tuesday. Bye-bye. Recording will be provided to you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you,
thank you,
sir.
sir.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Good night. Bye-bye. Good night. Bye.
So I hope
Take
no
care.
one has any
Bye.
question.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Good night. Yeah. Thanks.